We have weather, potentially severe weather, moving through the D.C. area. So right now, the Mets and the Nats are playing the waiting game like we are at the ballpark. Tarp has been on the field for about the last 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll just have to wait and see. No definite time for first pitch, but the bullpens are covered. The mounds are. No pitchers, no starters warming up right now. So another one of these situations where Mother Nature interrupts things here in the month of April. I guess we should be getting used to this by now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys haven't got into a routine yet, so they're used to it right now. The best thing is the game hasn't started yet.
And the radar shows there might be plenty of opportunity later to play this game tonight. Now, the Nats are going to be facing R.A. Dickey, the Mets knuckleballer again. Handled him pretty well in New York, made him throw a lot of pitches that first time around.
Yeah, this knuckleball guy throws a lot of strikes, but in New York the first time around he had a cracked fingernail, so the Nats got word of that. They started taking pitches. He didn't throw a lot of strikes, but they can go ahead and be aggressive tonight. You look at the knuckleball right there. He just pushes it off with his fingertips. Basically digs his fingernails into the ball and pushes it up, and you look at the shot right there. No rotation at all. Fun for us to watch, tough for the Nationals to hit. So they got their work cut out for them tonight. You see the knuckleball definition there. Well, that's the technical definition. What is it? They just got to go out and play wiffle ball tonight. That's what it's all about. I talked to Jason Worth before the game. He said he's had success against a knuckleball because that was his out pitch in wiffle ball as a kid. Everybody plays wiffle ball. He said, I'm just going to go up there and pretend like tonight's a wiffle ball game. So look for him to stay locked in.
And I think you folks might have heard me say this before. Charlie Huff once said, another definition, by the way, the knuckleball is the most fickle friend he ever had in his life. Wilson Ramos, it may not matter what kind of pitches he's seeing lately. The kid is on fire. He's hit 3 career home runs, all against the Mets. First one coming here last year, 2 more last night. And, of course, he got that first one against Dickey. 17 hits in 14 games. He's hitting .378. Navy Federal makes car buying easy. Visit NavyFederal.org to calculate your payment and buy your local Lexus dealers. Right across from the Navy Yard, there will be baseball. The big front has cleared off to the east and to the northeast. And for now, and I mean for now, things look okay here at the ballpark. 70 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a train. There is a chance of thunderstorms. There's another cell about an hour to the southwest of us. We'll see how long that will take. Henry Rodriguez has been reinstated from the disabled list and then called up from Syracuse. Chad Godin goes on the DL with right shoulder inflammation. Wilson Ramos, 3 Major League homers, 2 of them last night. And the Mets are on a 5-game streak after going only 2 for 14 before that. They're hitting .251, but they're 6th in the league in runs. And Jason Bay is hot since his return. A 5-game hitting streak, 7 of 19 over that time, a homer, 3 RBIs. Ike Davis is on an 8-game streak. So the Mets are playing, and they're hitting the ball well, and they're getting just enough pitching to make that work. Tom Gorzolani, last time the Nats played the Mets, he faced them at Citi Field, gave up 2 home runs to the right-handed hitting Carlos Beltran. If not for that, probably would have won the ball game.
Yeah, homers have been hurting him all year long. He took the loss last Wednesday in St. Louis, went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits, struck out 3 and walked 4. So control was a problem his last outing. If you remember against the Cardinals, he hung that 0-2 curveball to Matt Holliday. That was the difference.
Yeah, he really recovered well after that.
The defense behind Tom Gorzolani tonight for the Nationals. Morse, Ankiel, and Worth in the outfield. Cora and Harrison on the left side. Espinoza and LaRoche on the right side. And putting down the digits tonight for the Nats, Wilson Ramos.
15-year veteran Ted Barrett has the plate. Brian Runge, the crew chief Tim McClelland, and Marvin Hudson on the bases. So the Mets are 10-13. The Nats are only a half game ahead of them at 10-12. A win tonight will decide who's in 4th and 5th place in the National League East. Atlanta, by the way, got back to 500 today with a 7-0 win behind Tommy Hanson at San Diego. Ground crew had the field ready before they put the tarp on, so they didn't have to do a lot of maintenance work. And at 7:50, its first pitch, a strike to Jose Reyes. 45-minute rain delay. Reyes hitting at .314 with an on-base percentage of .352. And Gorzolani misses low and away. Jose Reyes, by the way, 5th in the league in hits. And he's had 10 multi-hit games already this year. That's 3rd best. Marlins today were beaten by the Dodgers in Florida 5-4. And the Phillies won their game in Arizona 8-4. So everybody else from the East is done on this Wednesday except these 2. And breaking ball fouled away by Reyes. First look at young Jason Turner in a moment. And he buzzes him on the inside corner with a fastball for the called strike 3.
Yeah, nice sequence to start the game for Tom Gorzolani. We've seen him start inside and work to the outside against right-handers. Just the opposite to Jose Reyes to start the game off. 2 seam fastballs away, a little curveball in there. Finishes him off with a fastball in. So maybe a little different game plan for Gorzolani tonight.
Justin Turner is a 26-year-old infielder from Long Beach. Picked up off the waiver wire from Baltimore May 25th of last year. With the Orioles for 12 games in 09 and just 5 games last year. And he bounces one out to shortstop for Alex Cora. Time to set his feet and throw him out on a close play.
So another pitch away. It was a first pitch fastball away, another fastball away, a little rollover from Turner right there. You see the veteran setting his feet before he makes the throw. Most errors are made when your feet aren't underneath you.
Bases empty, 2 outs, and David Wright. He was 0 for 5 last night, had an RBI ground ball in the 9th inning, which turned out to be a big play, giving the Mets a 2-run cushion. They won the ball game 6-4, and he goes up hacking. Tom Porcelani against New York, 2-4 with a 5.70 career ERA. David Wright hits one hard to center. That ball is a laser right at Rick Ankiel. And a 1-2-3 after the rain delay. The don't fault Wilson Ramos, 3rd consecutive start. He's at 378. 17 hits, 2 of them homers in 14 games. He's also walked 5 times, and he has become an offensive star on this ball club. And here's R.A. Dickey bringing that knuckleball out there again.
Last time out, he went 8 innings, gave up 8 hits and 4 runs against Houston last Wednesday. Struck out 4 and walked 2.
Starting things off, Danny Espinosa, 0 for 4 career against this guy, hitting .250 overall now. Danny's bat has gone a little quiet over the last 5 or 6 games. From the left side, Espinosa hitting .245. And he has struck out 18 times.
I talked to Danny Espinosa during batting practice today. He was toying with the idea of hitting right-handed against the knuckleball guy. He said, you know what, FB, I'm going to stay left-handed against him because his ball cuts a lot. I'm going to get right on the plate. Check out where he's standing.
Well, I'm glad to hear somebody making adjustments, because a lot of major league hitters are very stubborn about moving around in the batter's box away from where they usually set up.
Now he said, I'm getting on the dish. I'm going to try to pull him.
That ball down and in, really diving at the end, popped up for Jose Reyes.
Defense for the Mets tonight behind R.A. Dickey. Bay, Hairston, and Beltran in the outfield. Reyes and right on the left side. Turner and Davis on the right side to do the catch tonight. Mike Nikias putting down a lot of signs for a knuckleball.
Mets defensively 6th in the league with 12 errors. Nationals have made 21, only Houston more. First pitch to Ankiel, a bouncer for Jason Turner. 2 quick outs. Rick Ankiel was pretty eager there. 4 for 10 career against Dickey. And Jason Worth has a career home run against the knuckleballer. He's 4 for 14 as he steps in. That's a bigger mitt that pretty much has the flexibility nearly of a first baseman's mitt.
It's a big glove, Bob, and that's what you use when you're catching a knuckleball. It's like you got a big net back there and you're trying to catch butterflies all night. And he'll tell you if Dickey's got a good knuckleball. Anytime a catcher is struggling to catch it, you know he's got a good one going on. And he throws a lot of strikes. You could be aggressive if you're the Nationals tonight off R.A. Dickey. He had that uncharacteristic wild spell last time out.
That's a fair ball by Worth. Sneaks down the line. He might be thinking too. He is. Beltran's throw, a good one. He's in there safely. Good 2-out aggressive base running by Worth to get into scoring position.
I talked to Jason Worth before the game today. I said, what's the game plan? He said, you know, FP, I played a lot of wiffle ball when I was a kid. You know what the out pitch in wiffle ball was? It was a knuckleball. Whenever we had to strike each other out, we went to the knuckleball. So guess what? I'm going to go up there. I know it's a major league game today, but I'm going to pretend like I'm playing wiffle ball in my backyard. I'm going to see the knuckleball high and let it fly, and he did that right there. Sometimes you got to simplify this game. You get into all the charts and the graphs and the GPSs and everything that's going on. Sometimes you just got to go out there and have fun and see the ball and hit it. Play baseball like you did when you were a kid.
RBI opportunity for the Nats, and Adam LaRoche, who has reached double figures with a nice RBI weekend in Pittsburgh. He's tied actually second on the team now with 10 RBIs. Espinosa has 10 from the left side, 15 overall. So Adam LaRoche, while hitting only .219, is making his hits count with runners in scoring position.
It's the first time I've seen the shift with LaRoche this year, where the shortstop is playing on the shortstop side of second base. Reyes is playing on the left side of the bag.
And on a pitch up and in, LaRoche can't get it. Nats get a 2-out double from Jason Worth, and it's scoreless after 1 in D.C. When you come to the ballpark this year, expect some flexibility with our Grand Slam flex plans. Pick 4 games, you get a 5th one free. Nationals.com/Grand Slam for tickets. Plans start at $60. Great bargain, great way to see 5 games at home this year. The pitching brain trust. Steve McCaddy with Jim Riggleman. 9 pitches, 8 strikes by Tom Gorzolani in the first inning. It's got to be his quickest inning of the year so far. And he faces Jason Bay, who he's faced 3 times in his career and retired him. Pardon me, it's Beltran, not Bay. Jason Bay is next. And of course, Beltran 2 for 5 career against Gorzolani, and both of those home runs were pivotal in that game in New York.
They're both on inside pitches. Borzolani tonight early on dart in the outer half of the strike zone to right-handed hitters.
Beltran from the right side of the plate, hitting .227. He's doing a lot of damage from the other side, so as opposed to the game in New York, this might be the side you want him on. Play straight back.
Got away with one right there. That was supposed to be down and in off the plate. You're ahead in the count 1-2. Want to bury that ball on his back knee. Watch where he leaves it. He leaves us right down the middle. It's a guy hit a couple home runs off him last time. It's not where he wanted that pitch.
No swing, says Brian Runge.
Check out a side view of this. Did he go?
Close.
See Brian Runge's still got a perfect game going.
Oh, great changeup. Beltran, one of his hands came off the bat handle. Second strikeout by Tom Borzolani.
We talk about sequences all the time. You go with a hard slider on the ground. Wilson Ramos calling for the slider down. He bounces it. What does he do? Pulls a string on a changeup away. You see the A-OK grip right there. Just gripping it nice and loose. Same arm speed as his fastball. Good pitch.
Jason Bay stepping in now. 5 games since coming off the DL, hitting safely all 5. Giving them a great presence in that number 5 hole. And Borzolani is a strike thrower so far tonight.
Ted Barrett has a very generous strike zone so far. Give him a couple inches off the plate away, gave him that pitch in. I like that if you're Tom Borzolani.
Little looping drive out to right center, and Espinosa cannot get there. Mets have their first base hit. Danny Espinosa has as much range going into the outfield as any young second baseman in baseball. Probably throw some shortstops into that mix as well.
In Danny's mind, he thinks he can catch everything. Right there as a second baseman, you know it's hitting no man's land. You don't have to worry about traffic coming at you. What do I mean by that? You don't have to worry about the outfielders coming in. That's your play all the way. Good effort.
Mike Davis hitting at .338. He's the hottest Met right now. He's sporting an on-base percentage of .421, 10th in the league, and he's also in the top 4 in RBIs. Only Prince Fielder Ryan Braun and Ryan Howard have driven in more runs coming into today's action. Good-looking fastball, didn't get the call near the outside corner. He went busting out to 8 games last night, going 3 for 4. A double in the second, 2 singles later. Also in the top 10 in the league in slugging percentage. He'll line it hard. Well, he's a tough out these days. Right at Jason Worth, 2 down. That man is locked in.
Yeah, but they all equal out. He had a couple off the fist last night, so maybe he's starting to cool down. We talked about in the open, Tom Borzolani didn't have command last outing in St. Louis. He was all over the place. It was a battle for him every single pitch. Love the tempo so far, and check out the command. He's hitting his spots, got a good tempo going. We're down in the strike zone with everything.
That was such an odd game he had in St. Louis last week. Gave up the home run early, then really settled down and pitched well. Kyle Loesch was untouchable.
He pitched well last time, Bob, but it was a fight for him. You know, it was one of those games where you had to go out there with your B or your C stuff and try to get through it. He only gave up 2 runs, the home run to Holiday. He battled through it, but he just never really had a good tempo and good command. I like what I'm seeing so far tonight.
Goes with a changeup after getting ahead. That's key so far. He's been able to get ahead of some of these New York hitters and then pull the string on them, like he did with Carlos Beltran. Scott Hairston hitting a .179, 5 for 28. And that pitch gets away from Ramos.
just held on to this pitch a little bit too long. It's a first pitch that he didn't control where he wanted to go so far in this game, and Wilson Ramos, not a whole lot you can do. 90-foot mistake. Now he's got to bear down with the runner on second and 2 outs.
Hairston has driven in 5 runs while collecting just 5 hits. Fastball tailing away, foul tip, strike 2.
That's what you do on a 2-1 pitch. Maybe it wasn't in the zone you wanted to. Scott Hairston letting it fly.
Runner at second base. Mets have their first base runner. He's made it to scoring position. Gorzelani and Hairston have seen a lot of each other. There's Mike Nicky as the catcher on deck. 1 for 9 is Hairston against Gorzelani. That's over the plate, but a little bit low. 3-2.
You got first base open here, runner on second, 2 outs. This is not necessarily a fastball count. You can do whatever you want right here if it goes on Gorzelani with an open base. Go off speed, go fastball in. Maybe he'll chase your pitch. You don't always have to throw a strike in this situation.
Catcher hitting 235 on deck. He goes with the fastball, and Hairston kills it. And that ball is foul, rocketing by the pole at the 336 mark.
I think Wilson Ramos is going to go out there and tell him exactly what I just said. You don't always have to throw a strike in this situation. He got first base open. He throws a 3-2 fastball right down the middle. Scott Hairston was ready for it.
Trying to body English that ball back fair. He's hit 69 career home runs in his 8th year in the big leagues, and he just punished that ball.
And see, this is where you start thinking as a hitter, okay, I just crushed a fastball. Is he going to throw me another 3-2 fastball? Do I sit changeup right here? Do I get away from the fastball? Do I look for a curveball? What do I do? And then right before you step in the box, you tell yourself, oh, I'll stay on the fastball. That felt good.
If he throws him another fastball, he's out of his mind. Unless it's well off the plate and Hairston goes fishing.
A well-located fastball, maybe on the outer half like he's been doing so far in this game, wouldn't be bad. But I would have suggested a changeup if I was Wilson Ramos.
That was a heater. Out to short for Cora. Dug out by LaRoche. And the Mets will strand their first runner. The slugging young catcher Wilson Ramos straight ahead.
check out home run number 2. That was a no-doubter, folks. Wilson Ramos coming to the game tonight. 378. He's absolutely locked in.
Getting more than a hit per game every time he plays. This will be interesting. He has faced R.A. Dickey twice. 2 hits, one of them a home run. And that, of course, came last year. So right now it's the Ramos Worth show at Nationals Park in terms of collecting hits. And he hits this one out to center. It'll actually have Hairston coming in. First out, bottom of the second. R.A. Dickey, 12 pitches, 9 strikes, first inning.
We got some Exmo shots of the knuckleball. I've been waiting all day for this. Check it out. Jason Worth's double right there. I'm just staring at it like I would if I was in the box. I love watching the rotation on these things. It's there, you go to swing, it's not there. Having Wakefield flashbacks watching that. It's not fun. He's got one that he throws over, talking about Tim Wakefield, that just flutters in there. Then he's got one that kind of acts like a corkscrew with 2 strikes. Never seen anything like it in my life.
Michael Morse takes one inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morse hit .226, 0 for 4 last night. 1 out of 5 career against the knuckleballer. Targets outside corner. But I think when a catcher sets a target for the knuckleball, it's really more of a suggestion and in many cases a request that you get the ball somewhere near where that mitt is set up.
Yeah, and you can set up with R.A. Dickey in different spots. I mean, he can cut the knuckleball, he can sink the knuckleball, he puts pressure on different fingers at times to do that.
Morris hits this ball pretty well to right, chasing Beltran to the edge of the track. Call Luna for up to 70% off all flooring. 877-241 Shop smart. Shop Luna. Hairston brothers' career. This year it's not going so well for the two of them. Scott is 5 for 29. Jerry is 9 for 44. Great baseball family. Grandfather, their dad, played in the big leagues. An uncle. By the way, when Jerry Jr. made it to the big leagues with the Orioles in '98, they were the first third-generation African-American family to play in the major leagues. Of course, we are familiar with the Boones, a 3-generation family. Ray Boone, Bob Boone, and then Brett and Aaron. And no African-American family had ever done that, and that's something they can be proud of for a long, long time.
Check out where Jerry Hairston Jr. is standing.
He's right, way up there.
He's right on the plate and up in the box.
Good for him.
And I have no idea how he took that pitch. Like a strike the whole way. The last second, the bottom drops out of it. That's a great take. A lot of guys are swinging at that.
And Dickey throws it so hard as compared to other guys. There's very little reaction time here. Look at him wait for that one. Base hit left field. That was a pitch up, and Jerry really stayed back from the front of the batter's box.
I mean, that's game plan hitting right there, folks. I mean, he got on the plate. He's looking for something up in the strike zone. A great take on the 1-2 pitch to get to this pitch. Like I said, most guys swing through the knuckleball before that. That one's up. He's on the plate. What do? You get on the plate, you look for it high, and you pull it. Great at-bat by Jerry Hairston.
That thing looked like it was sticking on the bat for a while before it decided to take off.
You trying to say there's a little pine tar on that ball?
It was just that Exmo. The ball seemed frozen to the bat for a second. And here's Alex Cora hitting 138. And, of course, a former Met, 251 for them 2 years ago. But he missed 60 days on the DL with a torn ligament right thumb, which eventually required surgery. He played 62 games and hit .207 for the Mets last year before they let him go, and he signed with the Rangers for the last 4 games of the regular season. And of course, this is another brother combination. Alex is Joey's younger brother. Joey's on Ozzie Guillen's staff over there in Chicago with the White Sox. Not exactly a happy ball club right now. And Cora is gone. Nats get a 2-out hit again. They've stranded 2 against Dickey. No score. More sugar for that bunch. Visit FCA.org, the association for IT pros. Scoreless game, top of the 3rd, and here's Debbie with our sideline report.
Well, Jerry Hairston Sr. had a nice major league career, and his son Scott and Jerry Jr. both tell me they learned a lot from their dad. His best advice, be passionate no matter what you're doing.
Ironically, when I was 8 years old, he didn't put me on a Little League baseball team, and I cried and cried, and I think he wanted to know from my perspective that I really wanted to play. You know, he didn't want to put me on a team and force me to play, and he just wanted to know that that's what I really wanted to do, and you know, that's probably the biggest thing. You know, if we're going to do this, just do it to the best of your ability.
Scott told me, too, that the emotion that both he and Jerry show out on the field absolutely comes for their dad. A very passionate and emotional family, Bob.
Well, that's a great story. How proud Dad must be. Top of the 3rd, Mike Nickius for the Mets. Hitting .235. Hits it sharply. Right side. Espinosa gets a piece of it. Can't corral it to make the throw. Just a very unusual humpback liner. It didn't have a whole lot on it, but it was perfectly placed. There's the rest of the family tree. Sam with the White Sox, first African American on the south side of Chicago. Jerry Sr., White Sox Pirates. And then there's John Hairston. A cup of coffee, as they would say, with the Cubs in 1969 with Ron Santo and that whole bunch.
You see Jerry's son playing catch in spring training. So it goes, right?
Might be a 4th generation. R.A. Dickey 1 for 8 this year with a sacrifice. This guy's a good hitter. The Mets are almost doing the opposing team a favor when they have him bunting. He's a .250 career hitter, and last year he hit .255 with 5 RBIs. That's a really good bunt. Barehanded Hairston. Espinosa covering. 5-4, sacrifice good. Game 3 against the Mets tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Mass in 2 HD. Lee Vaughn and Chris Capuano. Now look at the pitching the Nats will see when the Giants come in. Lincecum Friday against Marquee. Jonathan Sanchez Saturday against Lannon. Matt Cain Sunday against Jordan Zimmerman. Madison Bumgarner pitching in Pittsburgh tonight against Tom Gorzolani. Yikes. Those arms carried the Giants to the World Series last year with some very good defense and what you would call opportunistic offense.
Bring them on. It's big leagues. And there's been some control issues out there. Those guys are walking a lot of batters they didn't last year.
Top of the order for Reyes. A little chopper foul. Reyes called out on strikes on a pitch inside corner first time. Hey, it's Wired Wednesday. Jim Riggleman joins us live from the dugout in the bottom half of the third. Good pitch. He had Reyes going the other way. A little bouncer over to Espinosa. 2 outs. Mike Nikias finds his way to third base. RBI chance for Jason Turner. Right now, a beautiful night at Nationals Park. A large cell of rain and storms moved through. Most of the storms were to the south of us, down around where the Potomac Nationals play in Woodbridge. Check the radar here in a little bit to see how that other cell's doing. That last report was approaching us. First pitch changeup to the former Cal State Fullerton product, Justin Turner, who was on that team in '04 that won the College World Series. Originally drafted by the Reds in '06. He lashes one into right field, and the Mets have the lead. I think one of the big differences between the Mets and the Nats these days, New York is getting 2-out RBI hits. So the bunt pays off by the pitcher Dickey after the leadoff base hit by Nikias, the number 8 hitter.
Man, they won 5 in a row. They're doing a lot of things right. You see the location of that pitch. Wilson Ramos set up off the plate away. It's right down the middle. Just a couple of inches is all it takes at the major league level. When you're facing a hot team, that ball was supposed to be off the plate away. Ran right down the middle, base hit, RBI, 1-0.
And as you have often said, P, when you throw 95, you can get away with those. Not when you're 85, 86, 88.
And you should be able to get away with a few mistakes if you're Tom Gorzolani. I mean, it all gets back to the offense, right? You should be able to give up a run early in the game and it not be that big a deal.
Target in to David Wright. That's even. Wright hit it really hard first time. Out to Rick Ankiel, who's playing really deep in center field, considering it's only the 3rd inning of the game. This looks like an 8th inning or 9th inning no doubles defense out there. That was Turner's first RBI, by the way. This year, his 4th in the big leagues. A breaking ball there.
When you have a runner on first and 2 outs and a guy with a little bit of pop-up as an outfielder, you do play a couple, 2-3 steps deeper. Because the only way that guy scores is if something gets in the gap over your head. You'll give up a single right here. You just don't want to give up an extra base hit so a guy scores from first base. So it's not no doubles, but you're going to play a little bit deeper with the runner on first and 2 outs.
Maybe call this a no RBI defense?
Yeah, and especially when you got a guy up there with some pop. I always used to take a couple steps back. You don't want anything hit over your head in this situation, give up a quick run. So, yeah, you can have your knock in front of me, but I'm not going to give you anything in the gap or over my head.
David Wright's driven in 15. It's a breaking ball going inside. Challenges him with a fastball. Gorzolani humps it up to 91 and strikes out David Wright. Mets pick up a run, 1-0. 3rd inning on the banks of the Anacostia. 2 hits for Washington so far, each coming with 2 outs in the first inning and second. So Jim Riggleman joins us from the dugout. Good evening, Skipper. Thanks for your time. We always appreciate it. And what do you think of Dickey versus your offense so far, as opposed to the last time you saw him in New York?
Well, he's real good as usual. You know, he's just R.A. Dickey has just found himself the last couple of years, and you know, he's a bear to deal with, but we're just going to have to get him, and hopefully he'll start leaving a couple of those knuckleballs in a hittable area.
Yeah, Gorzelani got a lot better command tonight, Jim. Good tempo out there. He's hitting his spots. He looks a lot better than he did last time in St. Louis.
Yeah, you know, he's throwing the ball well. It's just unfortunate, you know, a little flare started the trouble there, and then they bunted him over and got the hit. But, you know, you can't control that type of stuff. All you can control is how you're throwing the ball, and he's throwing the ball well.
Hey, Jim, one thought on your bullpen with Henry Rodriguez coming aboard today and Chad Godin going on the DL. Is there a chance you would like to get Rodriguez into a ball game fairly quickly here, depending on situations?
Yeah, you know, I'll try to stay away from Coffee tonight. Coffee's okay, but he's been in here a couple nights in a row. So with Rodriguez here, he would maybe pick up the slack there. But you know, hopefully we'll get ourselves a little lead and be able to go to Clifford's store and Burnett.
Hey, real quickly, Jim, I know he didn't pitch a lot, but what kind of reports did you get on Henry?
Henry was throwing strikes. That was the main thing. He came into spring training a little bit late, and you know, had a little neck irritation thing going on. They never really could get on track. And he was wild, and just didn't feel comfortable bringing him north with us. But you know, he really talking to Randy Norrie, threw a lot of strikes down there, and just was really untouched.
Hey, Jim, as always, thanks for your time. Top of the order, and best of luck this inning and beyond.
Thank you.
Jim Riggleman joining us every Wednesday here at home on Wired Wednesday. Danny Espinosa popped up to short first time. 1-0 pitch, and it flutters up and away, and he can't reach it. One indication of how good a guy's knuckleball is, how many times the catcher's dropping the ball or missing it.
He missed the last 2.
Nikias is having a hard time catching it. Imagine trying to hit it with a round bat. And if you do hit it, trying to square it.
Yeah, Bob Guerin was my manager in AAA at the end of my career in Sacramento for the Oakland Athletics. He's now the manager of the A's, and he was a catcher with the Yankees, and he used to tell me, FP, watch the catcher. Don't even watch the pitcher. Before you get up there, if he's having trouble catching the ball, you know he's got a good knuckleball going on that day.
1-2. Espinosa stays alive, and the ball will stay foul. Touched by the pitcher, making it official. Rick Ankiel went up first pitch swinging in the first inning and bounced out to second base. Upstairs 2-2. R.A. Dickey's 79th career start.
That's a tough take right here. I mean, you don't know if this ball's going to come down into the strike zone.
If the umpire has a high zone, that could have been called a strike. Ike Davis will take care of Danny Espinosa, 2 outs. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield, contributing $50 this year to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of D.C. So $50 per walk, 78 of those, $3,900 this year. Care First, Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ankiel's now seen 2 pitches tonight, and he is going to be 0 for 2. Little snow cone by Jason Turner. The Nats are gone in the third. 1-0 Mets. Park with the Mets out hitting the Nats 3-2, leading 1-0. This weekend will be a lot of fun with the Giants in here. Harris Teeter Family Fun Pack Days on Saturday and Sunday. 4:05 Saturday, 1:35 Sunday. It starts at $14, includes a ticket, hot dog, chips, and a Coke. Go to nationals.com/family for tickets. Our favorite grocery store and a great promotion for the weekend when the world champion Giants are here. Been a long time since baseball people have been able to say that. Breaking ball is in there to Carlos Beltran, top of the fourth underway. Carlos, a swing and a miss strikeout first time. Giants are over in Pittsburgh tonight, trailing 1-0 in the sixth inning. That was Jason Bay, who's next, then Ike Davis here in the fourth. Tom Gorzelani's 99th career start tonight. 7th against the Mets. And that'll be the first walk issued.
That's the first time all night we've seen Gorzelani not hit a spot the whole at bat. He was all over the place right there, maybe trying to be a little bit too quick to a guy that hit a couple home runs off him.
Hollywood Casino, Charlestown races with our National League leaders. Pitchers without a win. Lowest opponent's batting average without getting that W, and Gorzelani has been very, very stingy. His control numbers, though, part of the reason he hasn't won a ball game coming into this game. 15 strikeouts, so he has 18 now, but he's walked 9 hitters. Action-packed table games, red-hot slots await. Hollywood Casino, Charlestown races, West Virginia.
Kind of flying open all of a sudden. Arms a little bit late, lost his release point out in front. Anytime you fly open and you're rushing, a tendency to miss up and away, and that's what he's been doing this inning.
Then he sneaks one by Day, who looped a hit in the right center first time, was stranded second inning. Gorzelani's most interesting pitch of the night was that 91-mile-an-hour fastball that struck out David Wright to end the top of the third. 1-1 here. He's got a pretty good moving heater going away from the right-handed batters right now.
He does. He's got the crispy fastball working. That was supposed to be down and in. And anytime from the left side you're throwing 93, you can get away with a mistake. And that ball was supposed to be down and in at Bay's back knee. It was up and away, and you got to swing through fastball.
1-2 pitch. Nats have turned 20 double plays this year. Tries to paint him on the inside corner and just misses inside.
That's a good pitch. You know, that's what you're talking about when you're heading the count 1-2. Yeah, it's a ball, but it sets up a lot of things. If you're going to go in there to a big guy like Bay, miss off the plate in.
And pitchers, catchers, and hitters will say, FP, that pitch is most effective when you bury that ball in there. You're not aiming it, you're going right at him.
Going back in there again.
2-2. That ball is popped out behind second base. Espinoza out. And Keel makes the call and the catch for the first down.
Yeah, we've liked what we've seen from Tom Gorzelani tonight. He's had good command, great tempo out there. A lot of times we've seen him this year be a little deliberate. Tonight he's getting the ball thrown and hitting his spots, hitting his location. Got the good 92, 93 mile an hour fastball going. You look at the changeup right there. David Wright had no chance.
Next up, the red-hot Ike Davis. Gorzelani had a long second inning. 20 pitches. After his 9-pitch first. Then in the third, he threw 14. So he's in the low 50s now with a 1-out fourth inning. A bouncer right side. That should be 2. Cora turns it. A room service 4-6-3 double play for the Nats. Their 21st of the year. Not many will be easier and quicker than that. His spectacles are coming off. Watch Abe put him right into the wall. Now that's a rough ride. Come on, Abe. That's not very honest.
You ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
What did Teddy ever do to Abe? I'm not sure they ever met. And George home with the big prize tonight.
And the victory dance to go with it.
I tell you what, they talk some smack. And they've got some end zone antics. If there were NFL officials here, they would drop flags on those guys for their celebrations.
That was taunting, definitely, by George.
Here's Jason Worth. Double first base line first time. And Worth is now 5 for 15 career against R.A. Dickey. 36 pitches, 26 strikes in his first 3 innings. Dickey appears to have better command of his knuckleball tonight.
He had a cracked fingernail the first time he faced the Nationals this year. Remember opening day back in New York? It was opening day for the Mets.
Yep. He walked 5 that night in 5 innings. And in those 5 frames, the Nats made him throw 97 pitches. Worth is waiting for that one. He scoots it right by the umpire, Tim McClelland, into center field.
He's heating up.
Jason Worth, 2 for 2.
And Nats would be better off if more of them played wiffle ball as a kid. Jason Worth talking about he's just going to go out there and play a little wiffle ball tonight. That was the out pitch in wiffle ball that all his buddies featured. He's keeping it real simple. We talked about him being close. He's more than close. He's here. He's locked.
Here's Adam LaRoche. Not much of a shift on because the Mets would like to turn a double play. And so LaRoche wants to elevate the ball, but he does to center. It'll back up Hairston to the edge of the track. That ball carried about 395 feet. 1 out.
We carried just enough to where Jason Worth couldn't tag up. A lot of times you'll see a runner tag up on a long fly ball to center field. But if you watch Hairston, he kept drifting on the ball. So now, as a base runner, you have to keep running as long as the center fielder is running. When you go back and tag up on that ball and hits off the fence, you get to second base, you look silly. So Jason Worth had no chance to tag up on that ball because it kept drifting.
Wilson Ramos, the hitter. FP and I had a conversation with Johnny Holliday during Nats Extra tonight. Not trying to stir up anything, but Ramos is hot, and this is the 3rd game in a row Pudge Rodriguez sits out. It can be a sensitive thing for a ball club when a new player is excelling and the veteran guy has to sit around and wait for playing time now. And we're not talking about just any ordinary veteran either. FP in Pudge, who is probably going to have a plaque in Cooperstown. And if the principals involved don't handle it the right way, it can be a very difficult situation.
Yeah, Pudge is a pro, and he is handling it the right way. And, you know, nobody ever wants to sit on the bench, especially a guy like Pudge Rodriguez. But when you talk about maybe Wilson Ramos emerging as one of the better young catchers in the National League.
This ball near the right field line, slicing foul.
I mean, what are you going to do? He's going to have to play a little bit more than Pudge at this point. And Pudge has been coming on lately. I know, you know, he's only hitting, what's he hitting, 194 right now, 7 for 36, but he's got a couple of big hits this year. And he's done a great job with the pitching staff, putting down figures, the sequences, you know, his throwing ability. So there's no doubt that he can still help this ball club. I just think, you know, maybe this is a case of Jim Riggleman riding the hot hand.
Ramos' home run against Dickey last September had a man on.
I mean, he needs offense right now.
His 2 homers last night, solos. That'll send Jason Worth to third base. So look at Ramos staying on the ball, hitting it extremely hard the other way. And the tying run's 90 feet away with 1 out.
When you're hitting 224 as a team and you got a guy that's hitting 378, guess what? You're going to play. It's a nice job of Wilson Ramos, letting the ball get deep, letting it travel, using the hole right here, and no doubt that Jason Worth is going to go first to third.
You know, that was a really bad knuckleball. I think it spun once before it got to home plate.
It was bad.
It wasn't perfectly still like the other one.
It was bad because it found a hole for Wilson Ramos.
You know, but you talk about this all the time. Letting the ball get deep in your stance and then mashing it the other way. That was a beautiful hitting approach right there.
Yeah, with a runner on first, that's how you do it. And we've seen him go that way. That's why we were so shocked that Milwaukee put 3 defenders on the left side of the infield for one of Wilson's at-bats at last homestand.
Michael Morse thinking right field. Hit a fly ball to right. First time up. All right, let's see if Michael can make it 6 RBIs in his last 10 games now.
Well, he had a great BP today, for whatever that is worth. I mean, he hit a couple balls out to right field.
I've seen some ball clubs where one of the coaches can throw a knuckleball. It's rare.
No.
But, you know, but they will use that guy. But, you know, one coach can't pitch batting practice for an hour.
No, but I've seen that.
But some teams have been able to utilize that in the past.
Or you just have a coach that's really old, throw really slow. With the same effect. But Morse had a good BP today. He was smoking some balls in the bleachers and right.
He gets a pretty good piece of that one. That'll be deep enough to tie the game. Jason Worth can walk home from third. Ramos holds, and the Nats tie it here in the 4th inning. Good hitting approach by Ramos, and then Morse.
Yeah, good game plan right there by both of those guys. I mean, that's what we saw the Nats do the last homestand when they won 3 games against the Brewers, doing all the little things right on offense. You get a guy on, you get him over, and you get him in. A lot of times you'll see a big guy come up there against a knuckleball, roll over right there and hit a double play ball. Michael Morse did a nice job letting that ball get deep, hitting a fly ball to right field.
Next up, Jerry Hairston Jr., who waited and waited and waited, and still pulling the ball back in the 2nd inning. Almost did it again, sharply to Reyes. He goes the short way, and the Nats are gone, but they've tied the game. T trivia. There's a Hairston. Besides the Hairstons, who are the other three-generation Major League Baseball families? Well, we know the Boones, Ray, Bob, Ray the grandfather, Bob the dad, and Brett and Aaron. Three generations. A lot of two generations, of course. Like the Alous with Felipe and Jesus and Matty and then Moises. Speaking of multiple big league players. So we've earned half a credit, but maybe our fans can help us with the others.
You've earned half a credit. I'm thinking the Jacksons over here, maybe like Michael. I have no idea.
Jermaine, did he play big league baseball?
Yeah. Janet. Does that count?
Let's move on to the top of the fifth. Scott Hairston, ball one. I think we've had this one before, and I'm having a hard time remembering the others. One of them. Catcher Mike Nickias helped them manufacture a run, fifth inning, with a base hit. And Hairston was hacking on 2-0. He's 1 for 10 career against Tom Gorzolani. According to our radar, there's some weather bearing down on us here.
We'll just close the roof. We'll be all right.
Third base way, brother to brother, out. And of course, Adam LaRoche, his dad played in the big leagues. Dave LaRoche. Come on, let's go ahead and answer this thing. And every one of us on the edge of our seats.
Survey
the Hairstons,
says.
the Boones, and the Colemans. Joe and Casey. And yeah, and of course, Gus Bell, Buddy Bell, David Bell. Should have had that one. Popped up off to the right side. Oh yeah, Mike Bell too, David's brother. That is so cool. 4 members of 3 of those families to play in the big leagues.
That is some good genes.
Those Bells could all hit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Buddy, one of the great fielding third basemen of his generation. Ball out into right field for Jason Worth, who has to back up just a bit. And now Gorzolani has earned the privilege of facing the opposing pitcher with 2 outs and the bases empty. Top of the 5th.
You're doing a good job against a hot team right now.
And with weather very near the ballpark, approaching from the southwest and the west, we want to put an end to this top of the 5th inning and then let the bats go to work in the bottom. Let this thing become an official ball game. There's part of the deal. Let's see if the 8, 9, and 1 hitters can get something going in bottom 5. 2 for 2.
He's been locked in. I mean, we talked early in the game. They're just going to see it and hit it tonight. Simplify the game. You see him right there letting the ball get deep. And all the Nats hitters that have had success tonight are letting the ball get deep. Let it travel, take it out of the catcher's glove. He came into the game hitting 220. All of a sudden, he's hitting 238.
He'll be where he needs to be very, very quickly. R.A. Dickey, 4 innings, 48 pitches, 36 strikes. We'll wrap up the series tomorrow night right back here, Masson 2 HD. Livan Hernandez and left-hander Chris Capuano. Capuano against the Nats got a win, 6 good innings, even though he gave up 4 earned runs in New York. And Livan is 12 and 14 career against the Mets. He's pitched almost 240 innings against the New York Mets, and of course he pitched for them for a short time. Johnny and we hope Ray back from not feeling well with Nats Extra 6:30 tomorrow night. Ray Knight, wherever you are watching tonight, we hope you're feeling better, buddy. We spent a little extra time with Johnny during Nats Extra, and we were privileged to do so. Bottom of the 5th, Cora leads off. Dickey struck him out first time. Strike 1. Ideal situation for a bunt if you get that number 8 man on. That's inside. There's Alani. 20 career bunts, none of them this year. That is not caught. Both umpires signal safe. Jason Bay playing shallow, almost able to get to that ball. It bounces up into his glove, and the Nats have their leadoff man on.
You talked about it in the top of the inning, partner. Bottom of the 5th inning right now. Some rain moving in. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. And Nats get the leadoff man on. You see the short hop right there to Bay. Tried to sell the call. Any good outfielder will try to sell it because you never know what the umpires are thinking. But yeah, definitely hopped into his glove. But now you got your leadoff man on, your pitcher up, bunt him over, get him in. You're ahead after 5.
Great bunt. That ball handcuffed him. Up and in to Alani, who does a really nice job.
And I don't know if it's going to rain the rest of the night or not. We're looking at the radar, one little storm coming through here. But, you know, if you know this, you manage that way. You manage like this is the bottom of the 9th inning. You get this guy in, then whatever happens, at least you're sitting in the clubhouse with a lead. That's a good feeling. Nice bunt by Gorzelani right there. You see him giving a little bit.
I've heard of bail and wail. That was bunt and bail.
Doesn't matter how it looks. He got him over.
Now the Nats have 2 shots to take the lead with Espinosa and Ankiel. Combined 0 for 4 tonight. These two haven't hit the ball out of the infield yet. Although Ankiel's pop-up did carry to the second baseman in short center. But then, to be really brutally honest about it, the Nats just have not had anywhere near the base hits from the top of the order they've needed this year. The slump has started up at the top, and it has continued. Danny's been solid with runners in scoring position. There's one, Cora. Side ball, too.
And he had 3 hits the other night in Pittsburgh, so it's not like he hasn't been swinging the bat well. There's a little bit of a lull the last couple of games.
Danny is 0 for 11 since those base hits. It's our nation's capital on Wednesday, April 27th, 9 o'clock hour. Beautiful night right now, very comfortable. Radar shows weather is close. And the Nats in a tie game, bottom of the 5th, trying to take the lead here. They've out-hit the Mets 5-3. Play left side. Looks like Espinosa trying to stay on the ball, thinking about left field possibly.
When you're a leg kick guy, it's hard to hit a knuckleball. We've seen Jason Worth have some success tonight. Why? He's keeping his feet close to the ground. He's almost going no stride. So when you're a leg kick guy, you rely on timing. When a guy's fluttering a little knuckleball up there, sometimes it's hard to know when to get that leg down and to time the pitch. And there was times when I faced Tim Wakefield as a switch hitter, I would hit right-handed, spread out, just look for the ball up. Danny Espinosa was in between before the game. He was thinking about hitting right-handed tonight, but he decided to go stand on top of the plate left-handed and look for the ball up.
You ever seen a guy change during the game from one side to the other?
No.
It's suddenly the Danny Espinosa souvenir inning here in the bottom of the fifth.
He's doing his best Josh Tolley impersonation right now. No, I've never seen a guy change in the middle of a game before. I've seen a lot of switch hitters hitting left-handed against Tom Glavine. It took away his changeup back in the day. I think that would be a hard thing to do.
2-2 pitch. Espinosa pulls it right side. Ike Davis. That'll move the runner over with 2 down. Starting tomorrow, we'll have 3 straight days of Miller Lite party nights at the ballpark. That's tomorrow, Giants Friday and Saturday. The first drink is on the house and tickets start at just $20. Happy hour, so get here early. $5 brews, live music, entertainment. Nationals.com/party night for all your ticket information. Here's Rick Ankiel. There's the first pitch, base hit. The Nationals take the lead. He's thinking about second base, and he will make it standing up. That made it a little closer than it needed to be. And Rick Ankiel collects his 6th RBI. Nationals take the 5th inning lead. So he's seen 3 pitches tonight, and he's 1 for 3.
You gotta love that. I'm not changing my game plan. I don't care what happened the first 2 times up. I'm gonna hack tonight. What does he do? It's a big knock for the Nats going with that pitch, and like we said before, let the ball get deep. Go the other way with the knuckleball. That's where the success has been tonight for Nationals hitters.
Well, and on top of that, you get the suddenly hot Jason Worth to the plate, 2 for 2. Right field double, up the middle base hit. Ankiel has good speed. They have to play Jason deep, so any hit that reaches an outfielder will make it 3-1.
See that hack from Jason Worth. That's what you do when you're a power hitter. Get a couple of knocks on the board. You got something to show for the day. You got a double and a single. Go up there and take a shot. Try to hit a jack. Feeling good about yourself. You like where your swing is at. Let the throttle out. That's exactly what he did.
4 homers, 6 RBIs on the year. Target away. He's got a swing. If it's close, and he fouls it. Came into this game hitting .220, .238 now. Counting tonight now, .303 his last week and a half. There just haven't been enough guys on base for him to collect any number of RBIs. He's had to drive himself in 4 times. That ball gets away, way upstairs. And Rick Ankiel over to third base after his double.
And you might not think that's a very big play with 2 outs, a base runner advancing to third base, but anytime you got a knuckleball guy out there, you never know when one's going to get away from the catcher. We've seen Nikias miss a couple of these tonight. You look at that knuckleball right there. He thought it was going to go down. Worth thought it was going to go down. It stayed up. Now what do you have to do if you're R.A. Dickey? You have to keep the knuckleball up in the zone. You don't want to bounce it right here. The advantage Jason Worth.
They'll call a pass ball on Nikias there. And Worth will squirt one over to the right side. And the pitcher wins the race to the bat. Nationals take the lead, though, on a Ankiel double after the Cora base hit. And now the focus kind of shifts back with the lead to Tom Gorzolani and how well he's pitching tonight.
He's been nice down the strike zone with everything, working righties away. He's been got a good off-speed pitch, so he's done a good job tonight with his command, and it's nice to see the Nats ahead. Maybe we'll see Drew Storn tonight. That'd be cool.
Well, that's the big thing. You see Clippard, Burnett, or Storn, that's usually a good sign, the big three. Jim Riggleman said earlier, we may see Henry Rodriguez at some point, but you would get the feeling that would be a ball game where maybe the Nats are behind a couple and he needs to be seen out there on a big league mound.
Yeah, it would be nice to see Henry Rodriguez tonight, but I'd rather see Drew Storn in the situation they're in. It's nice to see the Nats with a lead playing some good baseball tonight, get some runners on, doing things the right way. Now it's up to Tom Gorzolani to have a shutdown inning.
Jose Reyes, top of the 6th. Reyes 0 for 2 tonight. He was 1 for 4 last night with a sacrifice. And Gorzolani finds the outside corner. And the Mets box score. Nicky is a base hit in the 3rd, then Turner 2 outs later with a base hit. That's pretty much it for their offense, other than the Jason Bay hit. Gorzolani has set down 5 in a row. There was a double play in there. And Ramos wanted that pitch up. Jose trying to jump all over it. Count stays 1-2.
You see the swings the Mets hitters are taking off Gorzolani tonight? I mean, they're late. We saw that last night with Chris Young for the Mets and the Nats hitters. Same thing going on. He's got good late life on his fastball.
64 pitches in his 5 innings. R.A. Dickey 66 in his. That's an out that could bode well for the rest of this evening, keeping Reyes off base middle innings with a 1-run lead. Don't have to mess with him for a while. So this one, because the pitchers are pitching well, working fast, has a pretty good flow going to it. And this is our Corona game flow. They invite you to find your beach. Next up, Justin Turner. For 2, the Mets only RBI. Hasn't gone 2-0 on very many hitters tonight. Big strong David Wright next. Into right field. Worth is right there. It sounded like he might have busted his back. And 2 quick outs here in the 6th.
Where's life feeling?
Well, and you and I talked about this in the past. When he got anybody on base, things came to a screeching halt. Tonight, even with a couple of guys on, he seems to have kept his rhythm and his presence out there.
Well, he's kept the one guy off the base that he's had to tonight, the game changer, Jose Reyes. I mean, we saw him get on against Gorzolani in New York, and it just changes the whole flow of the game. Now you got to do the throw over, step off, pitch out. You got to look him back and step off and see if he's going. The biggest part about tonight is Gorzolani's kept him off the bases.
First pitch fastball, second pitch changeup, and it's 2-0. And David Wright turns on one, gets a base hit. That's his first hit of this series. We'll bring up Beltran. Not to be forgotten, the 2 homers Beltran hit against Gorzolani at Citi Field, a ballpark where it's not easy to hit the ball out in left.
And you have to pay attention to David Wright at first base. He's got 5 stolen bases this year. Can't forget about him.
David Wright, 5 stolen bases without being caught. First pitch strike. breaking ball down and in. Jason Bay, strikeout and walk tonight. Runner goes. Hot shot to third. Backhand Hairston. Plenty of time to make the throw. And look at LaRoche. He scoops it like it's nothing. He'll lead off in the bottom of the sixth. Ramos and Morse, big power guys, coming up.
Time for the Coors Light freeze cam. Let's go back to the fifth inning and check out Rick Ankiel's double down the line. Look at the knuckleball. Freeze that knuckleball right there. Check out the eyes on the baseball, the extension going with the pitch, letting it get deep. You talk about letting the ball get deep. He took that right out of Nikias' glove. Great piece of hit by Rick Ankiel. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
LaRoche, Ramos, and Morse, 4, 5, 6 in the sixth. And with nobody on base, the Mets will play a conventional shift against Adam LaRoche. 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 6 in this series, and Adams' batting average is getting dangerously down, close to 210. A notorious slow starter who in his career has hit 259 before the All-Star break. The Nats would be happy with 259 right now. He got jammed. He'll be 0 for 7 against New York, 1 out. Next up, Ramos. Nationals box score. Not a lot of hits tonight. Ankiel the big one for the lead in the fifth. The previous RBI, Michael Morse in the fourth, the sac fly, after Worth led off with a single. And then Ramos sent him to third with an opposite field base hit. So Ramos has gone to center and to right as far as his hitting pattern tonight. And if you work him inside, he'll pull the ball like he did 3 times last night. 2 homers and an RBI single. He'll pull that one. David Wright to his left. He's a Gold Glove third baseman. 2 outs. Next up, Michael Morse.
And maybe with Capuano going tomorrow, you could give Adam LaRoche a day off. We know he's been banged up. He's got the torn labrum in his left arm. He's been playing with a sore groin. Every time, I walk through the clubhouse, he's got something taped to him somewhere, whether it's a heat pack, an ice bag, something. So he'd be the last guy to make an excuse at this point of the season. I mean, he's going out there and chiefing it out and trying to get through baseball games. Maybe the lefty going tomorrow, go with Michael Morse at first base. And I don't know what else you could do. Maybe put Roger Bernardina in left field, let him face a lefty.
Chopper hitting near the plate. David Wright, not thinking he could get the runner, knew that ball would spin to his right, and he let it go foul.
Yeah, what do you do as a third baseman when you know you have no chance? You let the ball go. You see right there. Sees the side rotation. And a lot of times you can see that. You see the ball spinning almost like a slider to you at third base, so you know the next hop is going to kick foul. And why pick it up when Michael Morse was 3 steps from first base? Just let it bounce, roll the dice, and hope it goes foul.
Having a little laugh there with Bo Porter, who probably told him, you know, my guy had that beat. Now that was a good play by you.
He probably told him, nice guess, that it was going to go foul.
0-2. Michael Morse 0 for 1 with a sac fly. His 9th RBI. That's upstairs. Morse gets a pitch inside, turns on it very well. Michael Morse aboard with 2 outs.
Kinetic on the pitch track. Let's check out the pitch that Michael Morse just smoked into left field. A little hanging knuckleball with a little tail on it. That's the sinking knuckleball that R.A. Dickey will feature. Sometimes it cuts, sometimes it sinks. He's got one in on his hands. He pulled his hands in nice, and Michael Morse is heating up.
Kinetic North America with a pitch track, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Jerry Hairston's 1 for 2. I think we've witnessed a miracle in Washington tonight. That cell has moved through here without any rain and is now off to the east. So the Nats and the Mets are leading some charmed lives tonight in terms of the weather.
We closed the roof. I told you we were going to close the roof.
Next thing that would look really good would be a 3 or a 4 on that scoreboard. 2-0. Great man Alex Cora to follow. All right, that was a good take on 2-0, watching it all the way in.
He's got a good game plan working tonight. He got the single his first time up. He smoked that ball to short his last time up. So you see Jerry Hairston Jr. right on the plate. Looking to pull something. There's something up in the strike zone he could pull the trigger on.
Looked like he laid off. No swing, says Brian Runge. And the count goes to 3-1.
He started his swing right here because he thought this pitch was going to come down. We saw Nikias miss a knuckleball like this earlier. As a hitter, you got to start your swing just in case that ball ends up where you think it's going to end up. All of a sudden it doesn't. You stop your swing. Good take. Maybe you sit on a fastball right here. R.A. Dickey's got about an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. He'll throw it a lot of times when he's behind in the count. Maybe you take a guess and look for a heater and let it fly.
3-1 pitch, and he turns on it. Count goes full.
That was a fastball.
Michael Morse will get a head start at first base on the next pitch. We'll see if Ike Davis holds him, plays behind him, or hangs around the bag long enough just to let Morse know he's there. A lot of times you'll see the first baseman tap his glove a couple of times to let the runner know he's in the area. Dan Radisson discusses it with Morse. Every 90 feet crucial here in a 1-run game. There's the little glove tap. And it's ball 4, and the Nats have a runner in scoring position. Jerry Hairston on twice tonight, and that's R.A. Dickey's first walk. Alex Cora, the kind of hitter you like to have up in this situation because he's a contact guy.
And you know he's not going to try to do too much with a knuckleball. He singled his last time up and scored a run, so he knows what he's doing. He's faced knuckleballs throughout his career.
Pitching coach Dan Worthen to the mound. Tim Burdick, their only lefty.
What do you tell a knuckleball guy? You run out there and say,
trust your stuff.
Throw a knuckleball.
What else do you say? Trust your knuckles.
Throw a knuckleball.
How are your fingertips feeling?
How are your cuticles? Throw a knuckleball.
Fatigue usually not a factor. So here's Alex. He's driven in 1 run as a Nat, 5 hits and 31 at bats. Nat Stairs on deck. Could be a decoy if the Nats score. Maybe they save Stairs for later. If they don't score, Gorzelani probably stays in, although the bullpen is ready when needed. And they've gotten 6 really good innings out of Tom Gorzelani. And the pitcher's streak, the starter streak of 5 innings or more, now at 23 games. A lot of possibilities here. 2-1. Gorzelani, 79 pitches, 51 strikes through 6 really good innings. Right on his hands. Two. Big run out there at second. Cora with that left field idea fouls it. This all started with 2 outs on the Michael Morse base hit to left. Jerry Hairston really battled and walked on a full count. Cora now 2-2. And he will pop it up short right field for Carlos Beltran. Nats have stranded 6 into the 7th as Abe presides. Is it the bullpen or does the starter stay in? Inning, Tom Gorzelani and R.A. Dickey, guys who don't throw hard by any means, hooking up beautifully tonight. Gorzelani's 7th inning of work. His previous long outing, 6 against the Brewers in a 4-3 Nats win April 15th. So as soon as he gets his first out, further than he's gone before, and it'll be a tough one with Jason Bay leading off. Good down and away movement on that 82-mile-an-hour changeup. Changeup again. Number 7-man Ike Davis, and then Scott Hairston to follow. Top 7. Goes after him with the high heater at 90 miles an hour. And Gorzelani with his 4th strikeout.
He tried to overthrow the pitch before that. What did he do? He slowed himself down a little bit. He got that pitch right where he wanted it to. Maybe a little higher than he wanted it to. But like I said, he's got the crispy heater going tonight, and he's getting away with some mistakes. I mean, this is a team that has won 5 games in a row in the Mets and hitting .301 during that streak as a ball club. So the fact that they have 4 hits tonight tells me Tom Gorzelani is doing a fantastic job.
Ike Davis has a hitting streak at stake tonight, and Jason Worth misplays it. He might have lost that ball in the lights on the third base roof.
And he told me as a visiting player with Philadelphia, he had trouble with the lights here in right field.
Well, even the home teams have.
Yeah, he tells me, early in the season he did. And we've seen all the plays he's made, the sliding catches, the running catches. So anytime this guy misses a ball like this, you got to figure that the lights or something had something to do with it. I mean, he's just too good not to make that play.
Ball hooked on him a little bit, evidently, off the bat of the left-hander. If they give Ike Davis a hit, he's got a 9-game hitting streak. That call could go either way. The Nats will make a double switch. Roger Bernardina is already in left field. Tom Gorzelani, some bad luck. He's out of the ball game. Still could be the winner. Coming up, came very close to pitching 7 innings tonight. Rick Ankiel's double, 5th inning the difference. Jason Worth, big bat again tonight.
Yeah, Tom Gorzelani was good from the get-go. He had a good pace going, a good tempo, and check out the command on these pitches. He just hitting his spots all night long. We like the fact that he was throwing a lot of these power hitters away, getting them thicket away, and then coming in hard late. A lot of times you see Gorzelani try to establish the inner half of the plate with his fastball and then go away late. He did the opposite tonight. It worked real good for him.
In the odd statistic department, they gave Jason Worth an error on that play. He's now made an error in 3 consecutive games. Roger Bernardina will bat 9th and play left field on the double switch. And here's Clippard against Scott Hairston. Actually, former Nat Willie Harris now will step in to pinch hit. Terry Collins has a bunch of lefties on his bench tonight. And Willie jumps on his former teammate's first pitch. Adam LaRoche is under it, and he's got it with a backhand grab.
It's a good play by LaRoche. He had to go a long way for this. Danny Espinosa wasn't there yet. Jason Worth was playing in right center field. So it was all on LaRoche to make that play. If you're Ike Davis and you know LaRoche has a bad arm right now, you think about tagging right there. He was way down the right field line. I don't know if he could have got it all the way to second base.
I would have handed the ball to Espinosa, tell him to throw it.
Yeah, give it to the bazooka playing second.
Exactly. I bet you that thought crossed somebody's mind over there. Here's Nicky as the catcher, 1 for 2. And Clippard delivers a 92-mile-an-hour heater for a strike. Pitcher spot is next. And Daniel Murphy is swinging a bat. There's some hitters who wouldn't mind seeing the knuckleball leave the game tonight. Clippard right now going with the hard stuff and missing 1-1. Roche holding the runner, Ike Davis. Pitch up. Nikias couldn't catch up. Our Delta game flow. Delta says keep climbing. Delta Airlines handles the Nats charters this year. Long road trip coming up after this homestand. Philadelphia, Florida, and Atlanta for a week and a half. After the Giants come in here Friday night for 4. Second game of this series. The Nats and the Mets have split their first 4 this year. 1-2 to Nikias. Target is up and in. That mean heater? Did he go? He did! And the top of the 7th is over. Brian Runge rings up Mike Nikias on a high fastball, and Tyler Clippard comes on to get 2 quick outs. Time to stretch in our nation's capital, and the Nats hold on to their 2-1 lead. Acura Advance. Beautiful evening in our nation's capital. The monument standing tall on crystal clear Mass in HD. The bottom of the 7th coming up. After pinch hitting, former National Willie Harris stays in the game to play center field. R.A. Dickey still in there. And the dugout comes alive, partner, when there is a check swing.
Yeah, with a 1-run baseball game. Take a listen to the Nats dugout right here. Turn up your television. This is what happens when you have a check swing with 2 strikes in a 1-run baseball game. You'll hear the whole dugout saying, check, check, check. Did he go? Did he go? Everybody pointing at the first base umpire, Brian Runge, wanting to know. if he went. So that's the advantage of being in the first base dugout. When a right-hander check swings in a close game, you'll hear the whole dugout yelling, yes, he did, check, check, check. They got the call, big call.
End of that inning. And here come the Nats. Here's Roger Bernardina. Roger had an at-bat last night, lined out to David Wright at third. He pulls a base hit to right field. And ladies and gentlemen, there is a greyhound aboard at first base. This man could fly. Roger in his career, 21 stolen bases.
Well, it's good to see him checking in with a hit early. Anytime you get called up, you don't know how long you're going to be here. You don't know if you're going back to Syracuse. You got to take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. So for Roger Bernardina to come in on a double switch, it's a big at-bat for him. It's a big at-bat for the Nationals in a one-run game. They got speed on the bases.
And I wonder if he's had some good lessons in stealing. He stole 5 bases at AAA in 13 ball games. Roger has blinding speed, but he's a young player who hasn't really learned how to steal bases yet. His career ratio is 21 out of 26.
Well, maybe he can think about stealing third, because I would be button here if I was Jim Riggleman.
Be careful. You cannot afford to get picked off with the top of the order coming up.
And that might have told Terry Collins that Roger Bernardina's stealing. You see that little jelly leg right there? That little flinch, that little hesitation. That's all the Mets are looking for. They're not necessarily trying to pick him off. They're trying to get a read if he's going or not. He just told the Mets he's going.
That ball bunted in the air by Espinosa. Bernardina gets back. Then the throw gets away. He might be in trouble at second. He gets in there. I thought the Mets might drop that ball on purpose and try to turn a double play. They tried to double Bernardina off, and he will advance on a throwing error.
Dan Espinosa's upset with himself right now because he didn't get the bunt down, but he's got a run right here. If R.A. Dickey drops this ball, he has a double play. I know you're frustrated because you didn't get the ball on the ground, but as a batter runner, whenever you pop up a bunt, you have to run to first. If Dickey drops that ball and lets it drop, it's a sure double play.
Bernardina with a good spikes first slide getting in there. So in essence, the sacrifice works because the Mets didn't finish off the play.
And trust me, I've been there and done it. I've popped up a bump before, and you're so frustrated because you're expecting it to be on the ground. You forget to run, but you have to run. If he drops that ball, throws it to first, now Bernardina's in a rundown, or he could have just thrown it to second for a 1-6-3.
Now this is an interesting situation as well. David Wright against a left-hander plays pretty far off the line. Jose Reyes is up the middle, but he has to hang around the second base bag, or Roger Bernardina could steal third.
So that's what speed does. It creates holes with the defense.
Right side from Ankiel. He's thrown out by Justin Turner. Over to third base is Bernardina with 2 outs. If you want all the latest Nats news, hey, like today's call-up of Henry Rodriguez, you would have known about it on your cell phone. Text Nationals to 29292. Message and data rates may apply. Looks like Terry Collins is going to make a double switch. R.A. Dickey to be done after 6 2/3. He gave 8 hits to the Nats, had better control this time around. 2-1 game.
Jason Worth is swinging the bat. That is your Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Ryota Igarashi double switch as Josh Tolley comes in. So he'll bat ninth and lead off in the eighth. So the 8th spot is the pitcher spot for the Mets. Hey, Terry Collins has a 5-game hitting streak. He's going to use his second catcher tonight and get after it here. Mets have a runner at 3rd and 2 outs, and Jason Worth looking to deliver. Breaking ball bending way outside. Jason 2 for 3 with a run scored tonight. Hunting RBIs. Hard to come by so far. This year he's driven in 6 runs, and he's driven himself in for 4 of those.
That'll change when Ryan Zimmerman moves back. You see what a difference Jason Bay just makes to the way this Mets lineup looks.
Sure.
Same thing will happen when Zimmerman's back.
Yeah, Bay 5 games equals 5-game winning streak. Front door breaking ball. Jason took it, caught the corner, 2-1.
Last pitch on the Verizon pitch track. Check out the curveball right there. The slow 77 mile an hour. Down.
Most advanced 4G network in the world. Rule the air. Verizon 4G LTE. Up the middle, and Igarashi somehow gloves it. That was labeled for an RBI hit to center field. Into the 8th inning now. Good ball game. Great pitching on both sides. 2-1 Nats. And a reminder, Saturday might be the most appropriate giveaway of the season. It's Masson Umbrella Day against the Giants. Now make a special note of our starting time at 4:05. First 20,000 fans receive a Masson umbrella. Seats start at just $10 for the Saturday game. It's also a Harris Teeter Family Fun Day. Nationals.com/tickets. Another inning of work for Tyler Clippard. He popped up Willie Harris, struck out Mike Nickias, and now he faces that pesky foul ball wizard catcher Josh Tolley. Tolley 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs last night, a ground ball and a 2-run double. Clippard goes first pitch changeup to get a strike. Official scorer Ben Tritipo just gave us a scoring update. They've changed that Jason Worth error to a base hit on Ike Davis, and I think we could live with that call because Jason had trouble with the lights. The lights on either side of this ballpark are very low compared to some other parks, and line drives have been a problem here for the last 4 years.
Yeah, I thought he lost that ball in lights. Anytime you see a good defender look that funny on a ball and then field it off to the side, that means he wasn't tracking it. That's a ball that we've seen him either slide and catch or catch about chest high on the run. I'll tell you what, partner, that is a sinking feeling when you're standing out there. All of a sudden a ball goes up into the lights. Old San Diego used to be like that. Qualcomm, Jack Murphy.
Yeah.
Left field.
Baseball stadium.
Left field was a nightmare there.
0-2 from Clipper. Tolley offered at it and took it up and away. And the other thing that does, it gives Ike Davis a 9-game hitting streak. But he has hit the ball so well. Hats off to him. One and two to Tolley. And Clipper will pop him up. Left side. Is there room? Yes, there is. Hairston for the first out. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Bob Carpenter, FP Santangelo, Debbie Taylor, and our Masson crew at Nationals Park, top of the 8th. Washington on top, 2-1. Here's another at bat by Jose Reyes that could decide how the rest of the night goes. He lashes one to left center. He's going to think 3 bases until the Nats stop him. And Keel gets it back. Overshoots the cutoff man. Throws to third a little too late. And now he came off the bag and they call him out. And Jose Reyes has gone crazy over there. Terry Collins trying to keep his player away from the umpire. The other 3 umpires race over. Reyes must have come off the bag because he was safe at first.
You called it, partner. He went nuts.
And Keel's throw overshot the cutoff man, but it was right on target. And let's see if Reyes is safe and then comes off the bag. Or is he safe? It looked like his right hand was on the bag unless Hairston knocked it off.
Nats caught a break.
Wow.
That's the only way you can put it. His hand never came off the base. Watch his hand. It's on the base the whole time. I don't think his right hand ever comes off the base. And you can't knock it off the base, so Nats caught a huge break.
Umpire is Marvin Hudson. And suddenly, instead of the tying run being at third base with 1 out, the bases are empty with 2 outs, and Justin Turner is the hitter.
In all that excitement, is there any other center fielder in baseball that can throw a ball 400 feet on a hop?
Probably not.
That's unbelievable. I mean, on all that stuff that happened, I'm taken out of it. Ricky and Keel just up against the fence. Forgot about every cutoff man, threw 1 hopper to third to get that call, whether it was right or wrong. Unbelievable.
I mean, it looks like his fingertips are on the bag. The fielder cannot knock him off the bag and tag him. That's why so many times when a runner comes into a bag, you see him ask for time immediately from the umpire, but there was no time for that right there. It appears the Nationals got a huge break, and Jose Reyes is steaming. He's got to run past that umpire when he goes to shortstop for the bottom of the 8th. Hairston seemed to think that he came off the bag. That ball popped up. Wilson Ramos. Just over the screen it goes.
I think Hairston was excited that his foot came off the base, wasn't paying attention to his hand. So he puts the tag on the backside. Check out where he keeps the tag on his foot. Then he knocks his arm, but I mean, his hand never came off the base. Good job by Jerry Hairston trying to buy a call.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Turner. Clippard gets another pop-up. Can this one stay in? It's over the dugout.
And if you're the Nationals, you're saying, we finally got a break. A lot of times as a team, when all of a sudden you're playing double headers, you get rained out, you get delayed, a bus breaks down. I mean, whatever happens, you start thinking, oh man, it's going to be one of those years. And then you catch a break, you start thinking differently. That was a huge break. The Nats just caught.
And now I have another reason not to like the headfirst slide.
Did you watch Coco Crisp the last couple of nights? He's had second base stolen and slid past the bag to where you just keep the tag out of him, and that was obvious. I mean, he went past second base a couple of times. That wasn't the case with Jose Reyes.
Well, I think headfirst slides are a lot like being out after midnight. Nothing good happens. 3-2. Clippard with a fastball. And Justin Turner's doing a great job of hanging in here. But Jose Reyes is that kind of runner. He is thinking triple until you do something to stop him. And Rick Ankiel had to go a long way for that ball. We may want to watch what happens when he runs out to shortstop for the bottom of the 8th, right past Marvin Hudson. 3-2 pitch. That ball is in the air to right, and this game is tied. Daniel Murphy with the homer, hitting for Turner. To congratulate. As far as the Mets are concerned, justice has been done here.
Just a center cut fastball. He beat him to the point of attack, got the head out. Tie ball game.
There's David Wright. That was 83, so that was a changeup by Clippard, sitting right up in the strike zone. Fastball or changeup, not the location you're looking for against this ball club. 1 ball, 1 strike to David Wright. Tyler Clippard giving up his first homer of the year. Doesn't get any easier here, does it? Carlos Beltran. Clippard goes with a breaking ball and just misses.
A good pitch right here. You're not going to get hurt when you hit a spot like this. The changeup to Murphy was right down the middle. That's good location.
Nats will appeal this one. And David Wright still alive with a count of 3-2. Now this team is swinging the bat.
If you're tired of the Clippard, you got to get that pitch down. You don't want to flirt around with the chest high, letter high fastball to David Wright. He was all over that.
Clippard having a hard time getting over the top of his pitches now. The Mets have now doubled, homered, and walked with 1 out. Of course, the double resulted in the 2nd out when Reyes came off the bag, and now it'll be Clippard and Beltran. And Jim Riggleman is on his way out. Phone rang in the bullpen, and Sean Burnett is up. Jim Riggleman, I don't know how long it'll take Sean to get ready, but the way he's going these days, FP, Beltran might be a guy you'd rather pitch to from the right side of the plate than where he's setting up right now. He's been red hot left-handed.
I don't think Burnett's ready, though. This is just a, hey, let's pay attention to David Wright at first base. He was going last time. He's got 5 steals this year. He's going to probably be going early in the count. I might be pitching out. Just giving Clippard a heads up to what he's thinking.
Carlos Beltran 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch change up low.
And the one thing you can say about Jim Riggleman, there is nothing lost in translation. If he has a message to send, he sends it himself. He's not going to send a pitching coach out there. If he wants to make a point, he makes the trip to the mound. I mean, Wright is leaning. He's thinking about going. Clippard doing a good job of varying his tempo right now, his pace to the plate. Wright's getting a good lead. You can see him jabbing. He's trying to find a way to get to second base for Beltran.
David Wright's never gotten the credit, I don't think, for being as good a base stealer as he is. 27 as recently as 2 years ago. He has stolen 34 in a season. He's holding. Clippard gets his strike, and it's 2-1.
A good pitch right here by Clippard. You know, he needs to forget about David Wright and pound the strike zone. Got a very dangerous hitter up right now. You start thinking about the base runner too much. It takes away from your focus at the plate. You see Riggleman looking down there, McCaddy looking down there, McLaren looking down there. They're all watching David Wright get back to the base slowly right there. That tells me he's leaning. See what they do right now.
He sure is doing a good job of distracting everybody, isn't he? With a dangerous hitter standing in. And Clippard up high again. Clippard would most likely stay in to face Jason Bay. Left-hander Ike Davis is after him. You certainly don't want the inning to go any farther. And it's been a long one now for Tyler Clippard. Now Wright is running, and the ball popped up in the center. Rick Ankiel on the way. Crazy top of the 8th. Mets lose a runner at third, and then Murphy homers to tie the game.
defense. Let's go back to last inning. Check out the hose for the Nats center fielder, Ricky Ankiel. Folks, he is far away from third base. I don't know if there's any other center fielder in baseball that can make that throw on a hop, on a line from that far away. Look at the cannon. One hop strike to Jerry Hairston Jr. Most center fielders, that ball's trickling into third base, and there's not even the chance for a missed call. Rick Ankiel, nice throw. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
I tell you, Chip Hale, third base coach for the Mets, and then Terry Collins did a really good job of keeping Jose Reyes from getting thrown out of this game. That might be the defensive play right along with Ankiel, because their guy might have deserved the hook right there.
A lot of times when you're given that much leeway as a base runner and you're arguing, that'll tell you that the ump knows he missed the call.
Here's Pedro Beato. He is not allowed an earned run over 11 minutes, or rather 11 innings. Daniel Murphy, who plays second base, stays in after hitting for Justin Turner. Adam LaRoche, Wilson Ramos, and then the pitcher's spot here in the bottom of the 8th. Fastball away. For the Nats with 6 outs remaining. Walks as good as a hit right here, considering who's on deck. Center cut fastball. LaRoche late for it. Long run for Bay. Left field line. He slides and drops the ball, and that's fair. And at second base, LaRoche is in there. Ball touched in fair territory by Bay, and the Nats get another gift. A bloop double.
They got a gift because Daniel Murphy was standing around not covering second base. And Bay came up with this ball throwing. Adam LaRoche's not the fastest guy in the world. We know he's got a bad groin. But check out Murphy. He's not at second base. Bay stays with this ball nice, throws a strike to second, and nobody's there.
Wow.
That could have been bang, bang. He might have been out. If you're watching at home and you're a young baseball player, if you're standing around watching a play, guess what? You're doing something wrong. Always be moving. Be moving toward the baseball, and you'll never make a mistake on defense.
Here's Wilson Ramos. Ramos showing bunt and then taking a breaking ball low. Pitcher spot up next, Lance Nix.
Interesting call right there. You got your hottest hitter, a guy that hit 2 taters last night. He's got a knock tonight. He came to the game hitting 378. He's hitting 375 right now, and you're going to bunt him. It's a big run out there. But he's pretty efficient at hitting the ball the other way. We've seen him drive the ball to the right side a lot. We'll see if the bunt stays on. Might have been doing that on his own.
Does not have a career sacrifice. At least didn't coming into this season, and he still doesn't.
As a hitter right here, you're looking for something you can stay back on, get deep, and drive the other way. Right now, this part of the game, you'll take a 14-hopper to second base on a miss hit. Listen, Ramos is hot. He's seeing the ball big. Just went down and talked to Bill Porter. Let's get the sign straight. Are we bunting? Are we hitting? What are we doing?
Ramos squaring again. He has seen 3 breaking balls from Pedro Beato.
One thing I did a lot in my career is sacrifice bunting. Wilson Ramos does not look comfortable squaring around so far in this at-bat. You could tell a guy when he takes a pitch out of a bunt stance, if he's done it a lot, I'm not seeing that right now from Ramos. Doesn't mean he can't get LaRoche over, but you have to have a good bunt to get a slow runner over. It's got to be a good one.
That ball will get the runner over off the glove of Mike Nikias. Well, we know Ramos is swinging away now. And the Nats have the lead run at third base with nobody out. And in case there's a fly ball not too deep, they will pinch run Brian Bixler here.
Check out this pitch right here. Nikias just fanned on that. That didn't miss by much. It was a ball, clearly. Just missed it. So Nats getting a couple breaks right now. Murphy not covering second. Nikias missing that ball. They really let a pass ball?
Waiting to hear.
Gotta be.
Brian Bixler, great speed. The infield for the Mets way in. Ramos might have swung at ball 4 in on his hands.
This is where if you're thinking right center, you're thinking center field, big part of the ballpark. We've seen Wilson Ramos do this so well. It's hard to get beat on the inner half of the plate. Let the ball get deep. Think about using the big part of the ballpark. You got the infield in. Something you can elevate.
3 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Breaking ball away. He hits it out to center. That is easily deep enough for the Nats to take the lead. How strong is Wilson Ramos?
How good is Wilson Ramos?
I mean, you've got to really be strong to reach out that far and hit the ball that far.
It's just a man-child. We watched him hit a couple balls in the bleachers last night, tonight, with the game on the line. You know, everything's seeming to be going wrong for your ball club. What do? You have a great at-bat. Talk about letting the ball get deep and one-handing the ball for a sac fly. I hit that into the pitcher. Wilson Ramos strong enough to get that deep enough for a sac fly. Nice job.
Now Jim Riggleman will switch off, pull back Lance Nix, and Matt Stairs will be the pinch hitter with the bases empty. And even Matt, with very little speed, could bunt one to the third base side and easily walk down the first base. David Wright playing a shortstop position on a very dramatic shift here.
And he can bunt.
Would that be a great way to get his first Washington hit?
Just talking to him, he'll take it any way and get it. He does not care.
1 ball, 1 strike. Stairs thinking about left field. Nationals have taken the lead 3-2. Sean Burnett has been ready in the bullpen for quite a while. And Drew Storen just popped up. Stairs to left center. Ball hanging up for Jason Bay. 2 outs. That'll bring in Jerry Hairston. Take the Nats with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv. Every Nats game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite device. Get more details and order at Nationals.com. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Hairston 1 for 2 with a single and a walk tonight. So Storen is up with Burnett. Hey, maybe Burnett starts tonight against Jason Bay, and then Storen starts against Bay, and then Burnett comes in against Davis. Jim Riggleman has a couple of ways he can play it. Right side looks playable for Ike Davis. The Nats will get a run on a bloop double, a pass ball, and a sac fly. 3 outs away from a badly needed win. on the defense and a new pitcher in a moment. And a reminder, 5:30 to 6:30, Mass in HD every day, Monday through Friday. It's the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report. And Thursday, Debbie sits down with the Hairston brothers, Jerry Jr. and Scott. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson, and Mel Antonin have the rest for you. Maximum access to the Nats and all the baseball news you need to know. Ryan Bixler stays in, plays shortstop. He can play anywhere defensively. They could use him in the outfield if they had to, and sure-handed Alex Cora takes over at first. Sean Burnett. Now he is coming in to face Jason Bay. We thought Drew Storen might face the right-hander to start the inning. This could indicate that Jim Riggleman wants Burnett to pitch the entire inning. Tough hitters here. Strike one to Bay, 1 for 3. Inning streak for Ike Davis, the on-deck hitter. Sean Burnett with his .261 ERA, 11th appearance. Keep that ball away. Pete, you talk about this all the time. Late in the ball game, power hitters, you make them beat you the other way if they can.
Yeah, make it beat you the big part of the ballpark. Every once in a while, you see somebody take a shot on the inner half of the plate with 2 strikes. But if you go in there, you got to miss him. Go in off the plate.
And that bounces the breaking ball. Now the Mets, of course, have Ike Davis next. Willie Harris after that. The only right-hander they have left to pinch hit would be Chin Lung Hu. And I suppose Storen is ready in case that happens. But if Burnett gets the first guy, he has lefties to follow. And up the middle it goes. Espinosa can't make the play. Probably would not have been able to throw out Jason Bay, who runs very well. And the tying runs on base. Nothing is coming easy for the Nationals these days.
Good job by Espinosa getting there. A lot of second basemen don't even glove that ball. But like you said, Bay was safe either way.
You know, in a play like that, FP, you're almost happier not to see a throw. A lot of bad things can happen with the ball skidding over toward first base.
Yeah, especially a young player with a strong arm. Sometimes that strong arm can get you in trouble.
And Adam LaRoche is not the first baseman right now. So here's a lefty-lefty matchup with Ike Davis. Left side out of play. Ike Davis tonight has hit the ball hard twice. Line drive to right, 2 of them. One of them dropped by Worth. Called an error, then later ruled a hit. Double play ball in between. That's a fly ball to left, fading. Bernardina could not get it on the fly. And then he threw to second to try to get a force play. And the Mets have first and second, nobody out. Bernardina closed on it in a hurry, and he took it on the short hop.
That's a tough read for Jason Bay, too. As a base runner right here, you're just looking at the umpire. You're looking for a quick call so you can make a decision.
Looks like they got it right.
Jason Bay was just a step away from second base. And that's a tough play. It's a tough play for a base runner. Good effort by Bernardina. Man, that's close.
Now the Mets have Willie Harris in the batter's box. Ball bouncing right up into Rogers' glove with a fantastic look on the Exmo. Willie Harris is a good bunter. He also has good speed. Their pitcher spot is due up next. he bunts it. Only play, first base. And Burnett almost threw it into the right field corner. Bases loaded, nobody out.
And that's a play Jerry Hairston's got to make. If you're playing third base and the ball's burning hard to you, you have to come in and make this play. I mean, there's no way Sean Burnett's going to be able to get this even if he stays on his feet.
That's Espinosa acting like a great first baseman and diving for an errant throw.
As a third baseman, you know a bunt play is on. If it's bunted firm to you, you have to keep coming to make the play. It's an easier play for you to come right down the line here. Your momentum's going to first base. With Burnett, he's coming this way, and he's got to throw back across his body.
Chin Lung Hu, the hitter. 27-year-old infielder from Taiwan. As a pinch hitter, he's 0 for 5. Are you surprised Jim Riggleman didn't go with Drew Storn when this hitter was announced?
Very. I'm surprised Drew Storn didn't start the ninth inning.
Against the right-handed hitter, Bay. Who takes a big-time rip and fouls it back. 3 hits by the Mets. Bay up the middle, Davis in front of Bernardina, then Harris the bunt. That ball right field. Worth after it. It'll tie the game when he catches it. All the runners move up, and it's 3-3. Now it's a blown save for Sean Burnett. And the Nats now in danger of falling behind with Josh Tolley, the catcher, coming up.
That's just a good at-bat right there. You got everybody over, you got the run in, now you got runners at second and third, one out.
Well, Jason Bay's leadoff single changed everything here. And tonight Davis got a hit lefty versus lefty, so did Willie Harris bunting. Infield in, another lefty-lefty matchup. Up the middle, home. Bitchler couldn't make the play, and the Mets take the lead. That's why you play the infield in. But as Bitchler moved to his left, I don't know if he had a hard time getting a handle on it, but he didn't think he could get Ike Davis.
Yeah, you play your infield in. They were going on contact. Bitchler gets to it. And once you do the inside move like that, all bets are off. Now, once he comes across this ball and turns his back to home plate, I don't think he had a chance. He did mishandle the baseball.
Well, Sean Burnett gets a blown save and now could be the loser. The Nats still have the bottom of the ninth, but they'll be down by at least one. They will not pitch to Jose Reyes here. And then it'll be another lefty-lefty matchup with Sean Burnett against Daniel Murphy. Now that gets their closer up, Francisco Rodriguez.
Are you going to walk me to get to you?
Daniel Murphy, the big swing last inning after the Reyes out at third base that totally turned this game around. He tied it up with a home run, pinch hitting. into the right field corner. And the ninth inning nightmare continues for Sean Burnett. 2 more runs coming in. Reyes scores easily. And the Mets have a 4-run ninth. And Murphy is doing big-time damage tonight.
Let's make this our 4th drive in the game because we have to. Daniel Murphy with another big swing of the bat. Look at the fastball in the inner half of the plate, just dropping his hands on the ball. He made up for the misplay at second base by driving in another run.
Sean Burnett faces 7 batters. 5 of them reach base. David Wright coming up. And with his head down, leaving the field. Unbelievable turn of events for the Mets here in the top of the ninth. Walk, retired 2 men, and the Nats, who led 3-2 going into this frame, now down by 3 runs, and Drew Storen against David Wright, the 8th Met to bat in the inning. Mets have now out-hit the Nationals 11-9.
Just tells you what a nice night Gorzolani had. When this team came in raking, 3-0-1 in their past 5 games that they've won, and now all of a sudden he comes out, and you see how hot they are.
Yeah, the bullpen giving up 5 of these 6 runs. David Wright tonight, 1 for 3, a single and a walk. And a front door slider for a strike. 1-2. And Storen now having A hard time getting over the top of his fastball.
Triple digits, though. I know it was over his head, but we haven't seen him touch 100 yet this season.
Shakes off 2 signs. And 97 for the strikeout. The Mets pick up 4, and they're on the verge now of going for a sweep tomorrow night.
Kessling will be coming up with Nats Extra postgame in just a couple of minutes. And boy, that top of the 9th inning, Ben, the roof caves in with Mets scoring 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, this is not something we've seen so much from the bullpen this year. I mean, we've seen Sean Burnett be very good. We've seen Tyler Clippard and Drew Storen pitch well, but it's got to come apart sometime, I guess, and it has so far tonight.
But there's still the bottom of the 9th inning to go through, and if anybody can pull this ball club through, let's hope McDobb and FP upstairs.
All right, Johnny, thank you, Ben. And the Nats are down 3. Francisco Rodriguez came in to nail down the game last night for his 5th save of the year in a 2-run game. Save situation, he has an extra run for a cushion tonight. Center fielder will be Jason Pridey. And then Chin Lung Hu stays into play second base. So the Mets have had 3 center fielders and 3 second basemen tonight, and they've all helped. Cora. Fastball sails high. This is a guy who can come in with a 3-run lead and provide lots of suspense before he gets those 3 outs.
And if you're Alex Cora, you just took 2 strikes out of a bunt stance, 2 balls, out of a bunt stance. Take this out of a bunt stance. A lot of times when you do that, it throws a pitcher off. She'll bunt again.
Two-one pitch. It is a fair ball. Davis to Rodriguez. Out on a very close play.
A tough play for Ike Davis right there. Got a little in-between hop. K-Rod late getting over there, and Alex Cora hustling down the line. See the in-between hop right here? Got to gather yourself. Good feed right there, and look at Alex Cora hustling.
Yep. Roger Bernardino will be next, facing a right-hander now. Fastball right in there. Bernardino, base hit. First of the year, last time up. He had come in to play left field on a double switch. And Roger will stroke one left field way. That'll be at least 2 for him. Over to dig it out, Jason Bay. And Roger Bernardino's 2 for 2 tonight.
nice piece of hitting right there. I mean, this guy's going to be in the lineup very soon. He keeps doing this. I mean, we talk about taking advantage of an opportunity. You go in a double switch. What do? You get a couple of knocks. Just a sinker on the outer half of the plate. Look at him stay on this ball. Great shot right there. His head down, going with the pitch. And you know once it's already down the corner, it's at least a double with his speed.
Great replay, almost giving the illusion that Tolley was trying to catch it before it got to the bat. Next up is Danny Espinoza, 0 for 4 tonight, and now 0 for his last 13. You know, the pitching can't do it every night. Some nights you got to have 10 to 15 hits to win a ball game. Way inside. Not sure how it missed him. The count's 2-0. Crowd of 13,568. Rather stunned at the moment.
Crowd stunned, and you got the color analyst stunned too. That was quick strike offense. Right when you think the Nats got a break, they scored a run, they're going to win this game. All of a sudden you have a 4-run ninth.
Nationals, to have a chance, have to have Espinoza or somebody else on by the time Jason Worth bats. Rick Ankiel on deck. Bernardina has doubled.
Get this game to Jason Worth with a couple runners on. See what happens.
Espinoza is 0 for 5 tonight.
You check out the fastball right here. Danny Espinoza just a little bit late.
As usual, when the Nats play the Phillies or the Mets, a lot of opposing fans making noise in the ballpark. They're smelling their 6th consecutive win here. And it's up to Rick Ankiel to get this 9th inning to Jason Worth. Side door breaking ball just stays outside.
And this is where, if you're Rick Ankiel, you're thinking like a leadoff hitter. Maybe you're not thinking about driving in a run. Anything you could do, get on base and extend this game for Jason Worth. Get the big guy up, see what happens.
Ankiel 1 for 4 with an RBI double. He'll pull the ball right side. And the Mets are going to shock the Nats in the 9th and win the game 6-3. Very disheartening loss after the rain delay. Nats had the lead on a couple of occasions. For FP and Debbie, Bob Carpenter, the Mets 6, the Nats 3. Series finale, Thursday night, 7:05. This has been a presentation of Masson. Nats Extra right now.